I want to talk about today's big corporate stories, including this one. Activist Starboard Value, it's now taken a roughly $1 billion stake in Pfizer. It's seeking to mount a turnaround at the struggling company. Joining us right now is Paul Argenti. He's a professor at Dartmouth College's Tuck School of Business. I want to get your reaction to news that Starboard is involved in this and maybe pushing for change. This is a very different kind of activist attempt, if you will, because oftentimes activists are looking for some kind of financial engineering approach. You can spin something off, you can sell something, you can have a buyback, you can have a dividend. In this case, especially in the drug space, it seems like you need to actually invest money.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think the problem here is that Pfizer really hasn't come around since, making so much money on COVID. And they're banking on the fact that the drug industry is the most profitable industry in the world and has been for the entire 43 years I've been at the Tuck School. And if someone were to try to put some time into it, they could figure out a way to make the company more profitable than it is. And that's not a bad bet. And I think they're actually working with former CEOs and have some inside track on this, which might make it better for them.
Sure, and I think one of the pieces of the reports that we heard was Ian Reid, of course, former CEO of the company, also their former CFO, could be involved as well. But the question that I would ask is, what kind of turnaround and what kind of timeline could investors expect in regard to a real shift in profits, given that this is a company that, as we said, has struggled on finding the right weight loss drug that works. They've made big investments in the cancer space, but some of those bets are not going to pay off if they do at all for many, many years.
Yeah, it's going to be a long play for sure, Andrew. And I think that's the problem that, if you decide to get into this, you're looking at a very long haul before anything is going to happen. And that seems to present major problems for those trying to invest in Pfizer at this point, for sure.
And so does this make sense as a activist target, if you will?
Doesn't make any sense to me at all. I was surprised to see the news this morning. And I think what we need to look for is maybe they know something we don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what that would be. And this isn't a company that hasn't made a lot of money in the past. So making a bet on the long term could be what they're looking for, and that's not a bad bet.
How do you feel about bringing back, for example, a former CEO? And I don't know if that's the plan or if they're going to push for something like that, or if that's just about having somebody like Ian Reid advising them on the side as a consultant, whether it's about trying to push for board seats and putting somebody like an Ian Reid back into that room and what that would do. We have had this sort of springboard-like effect where we've had CEOs come back and back and back and back. Is that the right answer?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that's going to make a difference here. And it isn't like Borla has done such a bad job, right? He's not a terrible CEO. The company isn't in ridiculously bad shape. I'm just stunned by what's going on here and not completely sure what their plan is. Probably same as the true for you.
Well, and to the point I think that Becky made in the 6 o'clock hour about Albert Bourla, I mean, he was heralded during the COVID crisis for moving mountains that seemed unmovable at the time to get those vaccines created and made and distributed. The question is, can he do the same for the rest of the business, if you will?
Yeah, I don't think there's much difference between him and the previous CEO in trying to make this happen. And I guess I would give him a little bit more rope before you hang him. And I don't think we're there yet. I'm kind of surprised this happened so quickly. And again, is there something we don't know that's going on behind the scenes that these guys have more information about? Not sure. Right.